Here is a genuine Honda, here is a clone, and the governor removal is actually quite simple. I don't see many sites or anything showing how to do it this way, but I've read it once and that's how I thought of it, so I will make a video on it. So here it is, Honda clone. Pretty much the same exact thing, but this is better quality. I have one facing us, and the other one facing us the other way. Now, when we had the clone on here, or on there, we removed the governor what I consider the hard way now. We took off the little side cover here, and we went in here and started using a little sharp chisel and broke off that little C-clip or E-clip or whatever that is inside there, and pried off the gear in many little bits and pieces. There's actually a much easier way of doing that, and that is to take off the side cover on the other side, the starter pull cover thing, and use an impact gun, or use it the hammer way if you want. It's much faster to remove that flywheel than to pry it off in here. So you take off the flywheel, and you'll see this little thing right here. That is your governor. That's the other part of your governor. So what you want to do is you want to just get a little chunk of metal or whatever and hammer it out. So you just want to get a little something to tap it out. And you don't want to go with all force, you want to use little dinky hammers. I know it's zoomed in so it looks pretty big, but it's not. And first we want to start off by doing it this way. Okay, now that it's flush, now we use this. And voila! There you have it. There is your governor. Came out just like a charm, didn't it? Lucky charm. So now we move our little stand out of the way, and we are left with one washer and part of our governor. That little washer goes right here, and now you can stick this on the other engine. So now you're left with no governor and a little hole. Now you can use pretty much anything to plug that hole. You might want to go the simple way and clean that out with some lacquer thinner or something. Gasoline will even work. Clean it out with some gasoline, maybe a Q-tip, and fill it with some kind of glue. And then you have your governor free, and if you ever want to stick it back in, you can stick it back in. Just take off that little plastic cover and hammer it back inside the other way, and it goes right in. So now, let's say you want to stick the governor back in. Here's your governor in a single piece. All you want to do is take off this little plastic thingy, and there is a washer under that. Leave that washer in there, you don't really need to take it out. And all you do is push this in, the C-clip will stop it from going any farther. Make sure you have your washer there, and somehow you want to get this into that hole. First you might want to move this little lever, shove it way up here or something, keep everything out of the way. It would be a lot easier if my camera wasn't in the way, but we'll just use some hemos. Be careful. I have no idea if it's going in the hole or what the deal is. Yeah, you made it in the hole. Now time to disconnect the hemos. Now your governor is somewhat placed in there. Nothing like great lighting. So grab any bolt, such as this one, and just hammer it in there. Lightly. Let me make sure it's not coming out the other side yet. Want maybe a millimeter sticking out on the other side. And that might be a little bit too much. So there your governor is, right back in there. Now let's move this out of the way. And it even works. Good as new. Now all you have to do is stick this little plastic thing back on where it belongs. Way in there. Goes on top of there. And then you have a working governor. That might be sticking out a little bit too much, but it works. I can hammer it back out just a little bit. Nothing like macro mode either. So there you have it. That looks about decent. Now your governor's back in.